G'day, I'm Andrew Williams. I'm the new voice on the Squiz Today podcast. We're like Squiz Kids, but for grown-ups. We get you up to speed on the big stories of the day every weekday morning in just 10 minutes, helping you stay informed in an easy, bite-sized fashion. Just search Squiz Today wherever you get your podcasts.
Squiz Kids acknowledges the traditional owners of the lands on which we podcast, the Turrbal and Combermary people.
Squiz Kids!
It's your daily news fix. Fun, free, fresh.
Hello and welcome to Squiz Kids Today, your fresh take on what's happening in the world around you. I'm Christy Kijarina. It's Wednesday, November 27. In Squiz Kids Today, Aussie swim star hangs up the goggles, Scottish lighthouse treasure found, Tillies take the field and bald eagles take the stage. That's what's making news kid style.
The Lowdown.
What do lifesaving, pickleball and frisbee have in common? They're all sports battling to be part of the Brisbane 2032 Olympics. With nearly 8 years to go, sports federations are already elbowing for spots in what's shaping up to be an exciting games. In just 8 years' time, Brisbane will host around 30 sports, and they won't necessarily be the traditional Olympic sports from years gone by. Under new rules, the host city will be allowed to hand-pick sports that it thinks will appeal to the widest number of spectators. That's why Paris 2024 featured breakdancing, but no baseball. A final decision on sports for the Brisbane Games doesn't need to be made until after the Los Angeles Games in 2028. So it'll be a nervous wait for some sports, as if the Aussie cricket team weren't nervous enough already. Speaking of the Olympics, legendary swimmer Emma McKeon, Australia's most decorated Olympian with 14 medals, has officially hung up her goggles and retired at age 30. Emma reflected on her amazing career on Monday, saying she's proud to have given swimming her all and is ready to explore new challenges. What a champ. If you're in Sydney and yesterday wasn't hot enough for you, you might want to grab your hat and a water bottle. Today is set to sizzle at 40 degrees Celsius in the western suburbs and 33 degrees Celsius in the city. Yup, Sydney's in a heat wave, and today will be the hottest spring day in years. Relief is on the way though, you'll be pleased to hear, with cooler weather and showers expected by the end of the week. Stay hydrated, people.
Spin the globe.
Each day we give the world globe a spin and find a news story from wherever it stops. And today we've landed in Scotland at Corsewell Lighthouse, a 209-year-old tower standing tall on the wild northern coast, where during a recent inspection, something amazing was uncovered. A hidden treasure inside the wall. Using some rope and a broom handle, the team, including a lighthouse inspector and the current lighthouse keeper, carefully fished out a dusty old bottle from a hiding spot. The cork was stuck tight and had to be delicately removed with a drill. The team even joked about keeping the discovery a secret if it turned out to be a treasure map. So what was in the bottle? It was a note from 1892, written by engineers and lighthouse keepers who had installed the lighthouse glass over 130 years ago. It was like meeting our colleagues from the past. It was actually like them being there, said lighthouse keeper Barry Miller. Inspired by the experience, the team plans to re-hide the bottle, this time adding their own message for future generations to discover. And I've included a video of this special find in the episode notes.
Sport time.
Well, in case there's not enough sport happening already at the moment, the Matildas are back to give us even more to cheer about over the next week. They'll be taking on Brazil and Chinese Taipei in a series of friendlies across Brisbane, the Gold Coast and Melbourne starting tomorrow in Brizzy. These matches are all about sharpening up their skills for the 2026 Asian Cup and the 2027 Women's World Cup qualifiers. Plus, there's a double celebration. Claire Polkinghorne is having her retirement match in Brizzy, and Emily van Egmond is set to earn her 150th international cap. Woo! Unfortunately, a few big names will still be missing from the action. Sam Kerr is still recovering from her knee injury, and Mary Fowler, the Manchester City star who shone at the Women's World Cup, is stepping away to focus on her mental and physical health for a bit. Courtney Vine, another World Cup hero, is also taking a break, while Katrina Gorry and Claire Wheeler are out with injuries. I'm sure we'll miss these amazing players, but we're cheering loudly for the rest of the squad. Go Tillies!
Animal Kingdom.
Birds of a feather are stealing the spotlight this week. In Minnesota, bald eagle fans are thrilled about the return of not one, but two eagle cams. These cameras offer a live look at majestic bald eagles, the national bird of the United States. The eagle cams allow people from across the globe to watch as the eagles prepare for nesting season. I've included a link to the live cams in the episode notes. There's not a whole lot happening just yet because it's not quite breeding time, but by February, things will get exciting. The eagles are expected to hatch 2 or 3 chicks, and the parents will swoop in constantly with dead fish to feed the little ones. Talk about room service. And speaking of birds, President Joe Biden has pardoned 2 very lucky turkeys, Peach and Blossom, in a quirky White House Thanksgiving tradition. While these 2 will enjoy turkey retirement, Americans will still gobble up around 46 million turkeys this Thanksgiving, which happens on Thursday. And if you want to know more about Thanksgiving and why it's such a big deal in America, don't miss Squiz the World next week as we head to the land of eagles, turkeys and pumpkin pie.
Can you hear that? They're reindeer bells, and that means Christmas is just around the corner. Have you ever thought how cool it would be to chat to Santa? To actually have that big fella in red answer any and all questions you might want to throw at him? Well, we've pulled a few favours with a couple of elves we know, and we've pulled off something of a Christmas miracle. Yes, ladies and germs, presenting the first ever Squiz Kids Q&A with Santa Claus. He's very busy right now, but he's nevertheless agreed to take the Squiz Kids hot seat and answer any questions that you send in for him. If you've got a question you'd like Santa to answer, email it to us at squizkids@thesquiz.com.au. We'll choose the best dozen and put them to Santa himself. And thanks to our friends at Village Roadshow, just by sending in a question, you'll go into the draw to win a family pass to Movie World on the Gold Coast. How cool is that? So, don't just sit there, email through your question already. You've got until Monday, December 9.
Time for the quiz.
This is the part of the podcast where you get to test how well you've been listening. Question number 1. Can you name the Aussie Olympian who announced she's hanging up her goggles this week? Great work if you said Emma McKeon. Question number 2. In what year did the Scottish message in a bottle get hidden away in the wall of a lighthouse? That's right, it was way back in 1892. That's a long time ago. Question number 3. What were the name of the 2 lucky turkeys that were pardoned in a bit of a weird ceremony by US President Joe Biden at the White House this week? Well done if you said Peach and Blossom.
shout-outs.
It's Wednesday, November 27. On this day, way back in 1720, 304 years ago, two swashbuckling female pirates named Anne Bonny and Mary Read were tried for piracy and sentenced to death. If you haven't heard this particular tale of the high seas before, it's a great one to find out about. It's also a special day for these Squiz kids celebrating a birthday today. Chase from West Albury, Lillian and Audrey from Forest Lake, Leilani from Eglinton, Jasper from Low Bethel, Ross from Bexley, Oliver and Harry from Atterdale, and Jessie from Bondi. And belated birthday shout-outs go to Aisling from Wagga Wagga, Livy from Parkerville, Riley from Toowoomba, and Amelia from Jindalee. Classroom shout-outs today go to Class 2C and Harper at Marist Catholic College in North Sydney. Class 4K with Miss Kennett at Pymble Ladies College. Year 4 with Ms Hanrahan at Holy Cross Catholic Primary School in Wallara. Class 4-5M with Mrs McNabb at Albury West Public School. All the students at Bald Blair Public School and all of the students at Atwell Primary School in Western Australia. Don't forget, if you've got a birthday coming up and you want a shout out, or if you're after a classroom shout out, please drop us a line at squizkids@thesquiz.com.au or just fill out the form on our website. Well, that's all we have time for. Thanks for listening to Squiz Kids today. We'll be back again tomorrow. In the meantime, get out there and have a most excellent day. Over and out.